Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy, sir, of the 2020 Podcast, LLC. Please say the LLC. And before you listen to this episode, I just got to let you know, I need you to stop what you're doing. Go to blkrenaissance.com, and I need you to shop for the culture. That's right. Anytime you use the promo code LLC20 at Black Renaissance Clothing's website, you will get 20% off your order. Off rip, no questions asked. So do me a favor and do it for the culture. Peace.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Sade with Black on Black Rhymes. Step to the mic.
Mic check.
People always ask me where I get my confidence from, and I get it from inside. It's an inside thing, y'all. And when it comes to beautiful skin, I rock with Butta by India, where her motto is, be confident in your skin. She has a variety of naturally made soaps to keep you smelling good, hair products for long, luscious, healthy hair, and even beard products for men. You know, we got to keep those struggle beards away. So visit blendiabyindia.com and use promo 2020skin to get 10% off your order. Thank you, Butta by India, for being a sponsor of the 2020 Podcast LLC. Please say the LLC.
Hey, this is Butta So Fly of Powerlines Poetry, here to let you know anytime I feel good, I have to look good, so you have to listen to me. Make sure you go to gurudesigns.com, use a 3 instead of an E. The website is great, so you can get something for yourself, and then she makes custom clothes for men too. And guess what? I got a promo code for you. Use 20/20 and it'll get you 15% off of any order $25 or more. You can't beat that. Go to gurudesigns.com.
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
Okay, we lit it just like a fuse, so no need to pick and choose. Welcome to 2020, where we do more than interviews. The hottest be coming through, jumping knowledge on all of you. Get a bigger the front of you with the truth that they offer you. Yeah, hands up, we doing it for the culture. To give artists and businesses more exposure. Keeping it real and stay silent just like a boulder. It's about to go all the way down, can't get no lower. Chasing my dreams, know that they get no slower. But if I stay running, I promise they getting closer. Moreover, success my older. And if you're sleeping on me, I'm waking them up like Folgers. I told you, coming from the land with the tide roll. Well, we'll be on a whole different vibe though. We like to ride slow and keep our windows tinted so you really can't see us, like Stevie Wonder waking up with his eyes closed. Yeah, got the kind of flow that rock the boat. On my 16s of pounds of dough. And if you figure you can hang with me on the mic, then grab some rope. Matter of fact, better grab some hope. While you at it, we keep it live, it's time to tune in. Turn up the sound on what you're using. It goes so hard, I think it's bruising. The show is 2020, no need to zoom in. Yeah.
So I'm doing this documentary on men and marriage and like where they see it. And I was talking to my frat brother, Sejan, and he's been married 3 years, going on 4. And he came to a conclusion that he had said. He was like, and I was asking him, I was like, why do you think we aren't as forthcoming saying we want to be married? And his point was, it's because we're not raised to be husbands.
Right. Y'all not.
Women, he made it a point that women are taught how to behave to attract a mate, how to be a housewife, how to communicate emotionally. Men are still being taught outdated values of just pure survival. Not, you know what I'm saying? It's hardening the way they're brought up. And he said, but it's too many people using that fact as an excuse and not doing the work to become a husband. And I had to sit back and kind of reflect on that. And he's right. He's right. There's plenty of us that will rely on well, I wasn't taught how. Well, I wasn't taught how. When we do, and I'm not saying all of us, but there are materials, there are programs, there are people that will help you grow, you know? And so I thought that was a good point. And I wanted to ask you guys, like, what do y'all think as women, men minds are when it comes to the idea of marriage? My bad.
Woo, I got triggered.
I saw.
Yeah.
Like that click. Like that click. And I have to, I can't speak for men, but I know when it came to me being a wife, right? I learned from my mother. I learned from my grandmother. Nobody's ever told me how to be a wife, but I was able to see how they were actually, demonstrating how to actually be a woman. Okay. Now, the thing about it is I learned what a husband looked like from my daddy, right? So even the good things and the bad things, I was able to see, this is what a husband is supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? So I could understand. We all have like this understanding of, okay, this is my role, this is your role, this is what we're supposed to do, this is how it's supposed to look like. A man is supposed to go out, get a job, bring the money back. It's okay if you got a couple of women on the side. I come home, the wife is supposed to, do what she's supposed to do, cook, clean, take care of the kids, don't say shit. And then sometimes you got to start nagging a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So I think when it comes to it, we all have like this warped view of what marriage is supposed to look like. I think, grand scheme of things, what we doing is we playing house. So you got a couple little kids have no idea that besides cooking and cleaning, having sex, working, we actually have to have this communication and this understanding with one another. So it's easy for us to play house. But when it comes down to us actually being really vulnerable with each other, being there with each other, then there's an issue where we're defensive. So if I can be really, open with you and honest, should we be married? Like, are we actually, building a relationship? Like, we're going to be together 40, 50 years and we still don't really know each other? That's the thing, So I can't even tell you what the answer to that is. But it just seems like what we do normally is play house as to what a wife or a husband looks like and what they're supposed to do. And we're so fixated on the roles and not actually being really honest with each other and saying, okay, this is what I need for this relationship to actually go somewhere and to thrive and to grow before we start having children and planning weddings and buying houses and stuff.
Most time when I talk to my guy friends about what they feel like marriage is, I just listening to guys talk. It's a general statement. Most of them see marriage as some type of anchor that wants to kill them or drown them or, hold them down. Like they're the only ones bringing something to the table. And, what is it, what's beneficial to them about marriage? They don't see it as a benefit anymore. It's mostly, what I hear from them. And, it's just so interesting for the most part. All the crazy stuff about marriage or even just relationships could really just be resolved if we talk to each other. If we don't listen for offense, you know what I'm saying? We listen to grow, to understand each other. And a lot of times we don't know what we want because we don't know our own selves.
That's true.
And, as people, we're always changing. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to be ready for all of that. And you have to be open to people telling you, no, I don't like that. Or can you do it this way? Or I would like it better if you did it that way or said it this way. Whatever. We just want to be offended. Oh, you don't like what, And there's men and women. Like nobody likes to be compared anyway. But if I'm committed to you and I'm committed to making you happy, even though there is a certain amount of happiness we should have on our own. But when I say making you happy, I mean making us happy as one person, as one unit. You know what I'm saying? And if we all were just compassionate toward each other, and not always assuming the worst about each other. And then a lot of times too in marriages, a lot of stuff we see before we get married and we still get married.
Ooh, girl.
gonna make it, worse or whatever. Or even just being in a relationship with people. Even before you just get to the point of a committed relationship. A lot of stuff we see, we just go with it.
We go with
you really like, hey, I can be with you after you do this, after we work on this, whatever. But we start doing major things with people, getting married, having babies, putting stuff in each other's name, our name together. And if your credit is jacked up, if I get married to you, it's gonna jack me up too. Whatever it is about us, we impute on each other.
True.
That's just what marriage is. It's what relationship is.
It still goes back to, and I think everything that you're saying is right, but I think we don't know how to actually have confrontation. You know what I'm saying? So like, just because I'm having a confrontation with you doesn't necessarily mean that we're arguing, we're going back and forth.
Right. I don't love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just actually having a conversation with somebody and saying, okay, this is how I'm feeling, and this is what I would like for to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think we really know how to actually have a productive argument when it comes to this. So I don't want you to necessarily take what I'm saying as an offense. I'm just telling you how I feel and how I think we can grow from this.
Right.
And I think that was the whole point. Like when I was married, well, even before I was married, I saw there were always signs, right? You got all these red flags. Hey, I don't really like that. But I'm saying this in my head, right? Mm-hmm. I'm never letting anybody know, okay, I'm not really down with this. I don't really like this. I'm a little uncomfortable with how this is going. So I can't really, and this is, I guess, grown card talk, and I can't really fault you for not knowing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not necessarily cool with how things are actually going because I don't know how to confront you and say, because at this point, I'm already thinking, okay, he's going to take offense what I'm going to say. Mm-hmm. He's not going to say, I don't want to make him upset. I don't want him to think I don't love him. I don't want to argue tonight. So I'm just going to hold this shit in and not say anything. So all of a sudden now everybody's walking on eggshells. We don't know how to talk to each other. One day I just blow up on your ass and nobody has an idea of what's actually going on. So I think it's really, really important to find a way to have those conversations when it's not going to be all beds of roses and comfortable, so we got to get to this point where I'm able to say, hey, if I want to be with you and I want us to be better, this is what I need from you. And this is what we need to do together to actually have this conversation to keep it going. So yes, it's all there.
We often listen with an ear offense.
Yeah.
And seeing it as an opportunity to grow, like you say. Then a lot of times too, people hold stuff in because they feel like you say, if they do say something, you might run the risk of losing that person. You think you're gonna lose them. You don't want to be by yourself, whatever. Mm-hmm. But a lot of that too comes from lack of self-esteem, insecurities, whatever. Yeah. You gotta love yourself enough to say, I ain't with that. I ain't dealing with it.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that you're looking for perfection or people are perfect. That's not it either. But it still have to be boundary. You know what I'm saying? Okay, if we can't get this right, then we'll just be better as friends or whatever. Or maybe we do need to separate until we can get, the certain thing together. But if we're always both working, if it's always each partner's thought to both work towards always growing or always, listening how we can do things better, and I feel like, marriage will work. You know what I mean? Like you say, it won't be no times of disagreement or frowns, but that's when you just have to know that you love your partner, and they got to know you love them. Just because we had a bad day doesn't mean we don't love each other.
Right.
And especially now with the cancel culture or the cutoff crew, people ain't really trying to work on nothing.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that.
Now you dealing with a bunch of people in 1 year. We still ain't no happier. And the one goal still is love. Love.
That part. That part.
The one goal is still that people be running through people like it's an advantage or some type of reward or some type of escape. No, now you just got a bunch of bodies. Now you just so tied to a bunch of people. And you could have used all that energy. It takes more energy dealing with a whole lot of people than one person. You're just making it work. Unless you just have decided in your mind that that's just what you're gonna do. But to me, that's my personal thought on energy. Not how much it take to keep up with a bunch of people and how they act, and it's too much for me. Other people might see it as a challenge or whatever, but like I say, still the end goal is to find true love, whether we want to say that or not. We like to call it compatible or somebody we just vibe with. Love, my ninja. That's all you saying. Love.
I think people like to use the vibe with as an unofficial way to say it, to absolve themselves of saying it. It's a way of creating a partition to be safe. That's the way I feel.
Yeah, I'm trying to be safe.
All right. Just scared to risk that vulnerability, and I feel like when you're scared to risk that, you're not going to achieve it at all. So let me ask this thing, because I get this brought up, and this comes up in men's circle a lot when we do talk about marriage amongst each other. Don't get me wrong, I know women are pressured about marriage. We are too, but we are pressured inadvertently through our others being pressured. What I mean by that is I hate when I hear people say, it don't take no man, no 6 months, no 8 months, no 9 months to know that's who you want to marry. That's fine. That's fine. If that's what you believe, that's fine. That may apply to you. But going to your point, like if people are working together, working on things, we might have a lot of homework to finish before we even get there. I may not even want to bring it up to you about being engaged until we hit a certain milestone or a certain key point where our communication is on point. How can you convey that? Well, just putting you guys in men's shoes. How would you convey that to someone who's feeling the pressure to get married? That, hey, let's work on this and not worry about this time frame conversation. Let's focus on us and get to where we're both comfortable with, like you said, having confrontation. And I think the words now have gotten so muddied. Like, the word confrontation is not a bad word, but anytime you hear confrontation, you know what I'm saying? It's like people hear fighting and fussing. It's like, no, a confrontation is just simply bringing a topic up.
Yeah.
That's it. That's a confrontation. So sorry, I got riled up there. How would you guys, stepping in a guy's shoes, bring up the topic that, hey, let's not focus on how many months we've been talking, how many years. Let's focus on what we've been focusing on.
I think it goes back to intention. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think women can be fixated on time and how long we've been doing this because we don't actually have an understanding of what we are actually doing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So if you're telling me, or not necessarily telling me, but you're showing me, what we're actually doing, right? Mm-hmm. I think it has to go back to it. We're going to have to talk. You're going to have to let me know what your intention is with me. Are we just kicking it? We Netflix and chilling? Is that all we doing? You like coming over here? You like spending time with me and, you go on about your business? Or what do you see this going. You know what I'm saying? So I really think that women are not really that fixated on marriage in that way if a man would tell us what they're actually working towards. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't hound you for a ring if I thought that you were going somewhere else. I think sometimes women try to use a wedding and marriage as almost to lock him in. Okay, he's mine forever, you know, because we don't actually know where his head is at. But I think if you just sit me down and say, okay, here's the thing. This is how I feel about you. This is what I'm working towards. This is where I see us going. In order for me to make this a committed thing, this is what I need my woman to be. And what is it that you need from me? You know what I'm saying? If we had that conversation, then you're like, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to worry about a gown and a dress and, you know, all these plans, because I know my man is actually working to make us better. So I think it just goes back to intention. What is your intention for us? You know?
Right. Intention for sure. And okay, like you say, responding from a guy's perspective, if I was dating a girl and she asked me that or whatever, you know, in so many words, when are we getting married? Like the first thing to do is just be honest, just be straight up. I mean, that's it. A lot of times guys don't be straight up. Just be like, hey, okay, you looking for marriage or whatever. And I think it goes back to girls are taught to make a list about what they want in a husband. Guys are not taught to make a list about what they want in a wife. So most of the time too, they don't even know what they want in a wife. They haven't seen it. They haven't seen the example. They don't know either. But if you do know, and you're a guy who do know, and your girl is asking you that, okay, hey, this is some things I look for in a wife. And if let's work on this, you can work on this, you can work on that, and then we can work on it together. Then, you know, that's where we headed. But like you say, a lot of, and I'm be honest with you, Jay, a lot of my friends, especially guys in my part of the crew, I have heard them tell me, yeah, you know, even my brother, he'd be like, yeah, I knew within a year. All I hear is like 9 months in a year. But I feel like that girl is my wife or not. You know what I'm saying? Because they have certain attributes, especially if those attributes are the ones that you already have in mind for a wife. And then maybe the things that are not on the list are things you can still work on or work towards. Then yeah, I've heard that from guys a lot. But guys know for sure who they don't want to marry.
Oh yeah, they know that.
If, like I said, if you just want us to just hang out, then just say that. But guys don't like when a girl had that perspective in her mind. Oh, you not my dude. I experienced that when I was, you know, much younger. There was this guy, you know, he wanted me to be in love with him so bad. But when I realized that ain't what he really wanted, and I told him, okay, then you'll just be my little woo too. But you ain't in my heart like that. He ain't like that. But he wouldn't stab me like that either. But he wanted me to just be in love with him by myself. Dudes don't like that either. When a woman is up front like that, be like, okay then. They don't like that when your attention is not solely on them, whether their attention is solely on you or not. They don't like that either.
Oh no.
They don't like that. They
no.
Can't it.
And don't have me doing wife shit for you if you don't want me to be your wife.
Right, I'm not gonna do it. The person I am not.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I will be for real. I do that. Like I will cater to you and I will do this for you and I will be this for you and I'll have this ready and I'll, you know, make sure all of this in line. But he's not necessarily my man. You know, he's not my husband. So I'm working towards building something for you and you're like, nah, what we're doing, we just chilling, we just hanging out. You know what I'm saying? So I think both men and women have this warped idea of what a relationship's supposed to look like and what you're supposed to actually do, because there's levels to it.
You know what levels. I didn't say it's levels.
So when it comes to it, I have to learn. I have to, be able to say, okay, Cara, you need to dial back some. Okay.
Yep.
So
I call it
so let me dial it back. Okay. So my intention is I'm gonna grow with this man because I'm head over heels for him. But sometimes a girl has to ask this dude, okay, how do you feel about me? And I think what we do is, as women, we allow men to have this ball in their court, and we just waiting on them to like come to this, this grand idea of, okay, yeah, I want to be married, I want to love her forever. No, you can actually have a say in this too. So it's okay for you to say, hey, look, this is where I am. This is what I want. I'm not dating just to be dating. I'm not dating just to be having a good time. I'm looking for a husband. So are you dating me in the idea of you're looking for a wife? So at this point, now that I'm being direct and I'm not playing these little wifely games, I'm actually being direct with this dude and I'm telling him, okay, this is what I want. At this point, now he can tell me the truth. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to him now. If I'm coming to him, straightforward, now he can say, yes, this is what I want, or no. And so now I can deal with him accordingly when it comes to that. Because I've been a victim to that myself, just allowing, things to get out of hand. So I'm just assuming because I feel this way, he feels the same way. Absolutely. So I'm gonna be wifely card to this man because 2 years from now I'm gonna get a ring, and he is nowhere. That is nowhere in his psyche. He's not even thinking about that. So I think sometimes at this point, women have to be strong enough to say, okay, forget the fairy tale, forget what social media says about you gotta he'll know in a year. Just ask the man straightforward. Okay, what is your intention? What do you want? And so now at this point I can make a decision. Okay, I'm cool with it or I'm not.
Right. That's all the women gonna
waiting 6-7 years in a relationship that's not going anywhere.
I swear, I'm not gonna do it.
Not no more.
Past 3 years, and we not going nowhere.
Too old.
Next.
What you want? What you want?
Right. Next.
Yeah.
Past 3 years. I definitely couldn't be one of these women. And this ain't no shame to them. I can't be with you 10, 20 years and our children in high school. And
you don't know if you want to be or not? You don't know that?
Ain't no way. What that boy saying? Ain't no way, boy.
Ain't no way,
Ain't
boy.
no way.
Ain't no way.
Well, I feel you on that situation. Like, you got kids together 10, 15. Yeah, I feel you on that one. Like, if you can have a kid with somebody, if you want to marry them or not. Like, I feel that. But in those cases where it's been stated, but the pressure is being applied from outside sources. And now you are trying to find a way to convey that, hey, let's stay focused on, milestone A, B, and C, and not worry about the outside static or ruckus. What's the best way to say that without coming off as an antagonist is all.
It's like you just said, hey, well, I want us to focus on this. We already discussed it. We do this, this, and that. Then that's where we going. The whole thing with men, just don't lie. Just don't
lie to me. Don't
lie. Just be honest. Just be honest. Y'all don't give women enough credit to be able to take it. Y'all know how much stuff women take every day, all the time.
Don't lie to me.
People think women are weak. No. Just say what you're gonna say. Just do what you're gonna do. Just don't lie. My mom used to say, "Don't lie to me, because I'm gonna find out." It always the same thing. Just don't lie. It's no reason to.
And I've noticed if you tell the truth, 9 times out of 10, I'm thinking the same thing.
Anyway, woman is
I feel
already know. Boy, she already know.
Yeah.
She already know. She just wanted to discover how much of a fool she is. That's it.
Yeah.
A woman, for the most part, you already know whether you want to admit it to yourself. And I ain't gonna say men don't know. Men be knowing they being made a fool out of too. Anybody that's in love or in a certain place that the other person is not in, you know you being a fool. I just want you to tell me how much of a fool I'm being so I can decide whether to stay in that fool place or not. 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to stay there. Not the person I am now. I might have, when I was younger. But just be honest, it be the lies that be getting people killed.
I agree. And it's the lie under the guise that I'm going to save this person's feelings.
Yeah. Don't save my feelings. Just do. Just go and say what you're going to say.
Yeah, I'm
because
at that.
That leaves room for explosions and stuff like that. I mean, when I say kill, that would be an extreme situation, but
I get you.
The lies is what be messing everything up. All them lies. You don't love me if you lying to me. Like I heard a guy say, I lie to you because I love you. No, not certain lies. Now, if I'm feeling bad about myself, and I'm looking crazy, yeah, you can say, baby, you always be for me. That's just encouragement.
I'm gonna tell the truth, but make it funny. I'm like, nah, cause soon as MC Light coming, I'm out of here.
Now look, because if the dude say, yeah, baby, you always beautiful for me. Yeah, you just told me, yeah, you looking a hot tamale, but I'm gonna see you as beauty anyway because I love you. But you looking a fool. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's like you said, there's always ways to say it. But all that lying, that's really what be ruining a lot of things. And then when guys or when people get caught in lies, they be upset because you don't believe nothing they say no more.
I've seen that before.
Telling me I'm nagging you and just don't trust you. Why would I, sweetheart? When you proven to be a liar, especially over and over again. Where's the trust coming from? Would you trust me? No.